I think that growing up between two cultures changes you in a way that is hard to explain, and it's just that you never feel like fully one thing. Growing up, my grandparents, especially my parents as well, they stressed that I had to be on top of my class and get such good grades and just study and work hard every single day, give it all I had in school. It just took a really big influence on me even these years later, and I just always feel like I have something to prove. And even more so, think of my life living here in America right now as this opportunity where I have to take advantage of it and use it to the full potential because I don't want to let my parents down because I know that they gave me such this experience and they sacrificed so much just for me to come here and get the best education and a better life, all of that. So it just goes to show why I feel like I have to do everything in my power to make them feel proud and to make my grandparents feel proud. The opportunities that my parents made and the path that they set out for me, I just feel like I have to take that to my full advantage, utilize it, and make the best of what I can. I think it's just that constant pressure. And when I try to explain to my friends, they just don't really understand because they don't have two different cultures both trying to be one identity. They only know their own side, their Americanized side. And so when I try to explain to them, this is what my parents have always told me. They're like, why are you always studying? And why can't you just have some your own free time and stuff? And it's just hard because even though I tried so hard to fit in, it's always like having two cultures and two identities to go back and forth through is just such a hard thing. And even 10 years later, I still struggle to try to find the balance. And honestly, I think a lot of people feel this in different ways, just even outside of cultural identity. It's just that feeling where you have to deal with your it's the feeling of having to deal with certain expectations and just fluctuating between your identities and trying to find who you truly are. Essentially, all these different versions of yourself are trying to shine through, and it's just hard to be within a society that you want to feel good in, but at the same time, wanting to find out who you truly are and having to go through between both of these two identities. And the reason why I even chose to make this video in the first place is because I know that my experience is not only my own experience, it's that so many other people can relate to me because I know because there are parents out there who have sacrificed everything and have just gave up a lot of things just for their children to be more successful than their own lives. And so the people who grow up within those kind of situations, they have a different take on life and just the different ambitions and how they approach school and discipline and just everyday life because they grew up in different surroundings than they are in now. I'm not even saying came from China to the US, but literally if you born in any place in the world and you move to another place, right? It's just this idea of this kind of foreignness where you don't really know which side of you should try to embrace. And so it's just this constant going back and forth and having to try to meet with those expectations that you just feel so desperately you want to fulfill. And I guess that's one of the reasons why I feel so ambitious and I feel the extreme pressure to have to try to make my parents and my grandparents proud because it's this idea that they sacrificed everything to give me this life that I have now, and I have to use all of it to make them feel proud and one day return that favor to them. At the end of the day, part of me still feels very connected to China and my early life there. And now that I think about it, I don't think that part of me will ever go away. And it's not a bad thing. It's just trying to navigate between one side and the other. And eventually, you will find that balance between those two. And I guess now the only things you can really do is just try to level your life up step by step. And so that way you're building yourself towards something greater. And if there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, it's that growing up between two worlds is definitely not something that should be thought negatively about. It's something that is a privilege and you should embrace it. And at the end of the day, for me, being between these two worlds is ultimately what shaped who I am today, and I'm super grateful for that because I think without this experience ever, I don't think I would have gained so much knowledge and this different perspective that I see the world now and I reflect in the actions and the way I just approach life in a sense. So, for those of you watching, truly embrace who you are and just continue to strive to find that balance between the two worlds. And perhaps one day you won't even realize it anymore.